Yeah, this is definitely one of the best rookie seasons we are seeing from a rookie quarterback, hands down. Jayden Daniels is that guy. He just is. And Commanders fans are really lucky to have him as the quarterback. And this team is something special, that's for sure. But before we get into the rest of this video, what is up, guys? Welcome back to So Back Sports, and I'm so back with another video. And today, I'm going to be talking about, or pretty much just going over, Jayden Daniels. Man, to make it this far, with remember, the Commanders last year had the number 2 overall pick, and they are now currently in the NFC Championship game, facing off a division rival in the Eagles this upcoming weekend. Just let that sink in for a bit. Listen, I'm going to set our differences aside as a Bears fan with Caleb Williams because I'm going to get that out of the way. I personally am happy with Caleb Williams. Definitely very happy with Caleb Williams. And I'm just respecting everything that Jayden Daniels is doing right now because he is doing something very extraordinary right now. This is nothing about Caleb. This is just talking about Jayden Daniels. I just want to make that clear. He is doing really well. And the fact that he made the NFC Championship game, taking down not only the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who had Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, and that team was pretty solid. And taking them down with relative ease, honestly, even though the game was pretty close at the end. To go into Ford Field against the 15-2 Lions, who in everyone's mind is a Super Bowl contender, and to make light of what they are as a franchise right now. Because in reality, the Lions were supposed to win that game. But, you know, gotta give credit where credit is due to Jayden and this offense. Because, that game yesterday, he had 299 passing yards, 71% completion, 91 QBR, and 2 touchdowns. And he looked really good. He made the right plays, the right calls, and whatnot. And it goes to show you that having a great like a great supporting cast, no matter how I'm mainly talking about coaching really, is goes a long way for a rookie's development and even can speed run it at times. This is one of those cases where you didn't have the flashiest offseason. Um you didn't really have the flashiest team or the flashiest weapons. And maybe you can even make the argument about Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury as being an offensive and coordinator and the head coach, respectively. Like, they aren't necessarily super great because you're Cliff Kingsbury coming off of you know, an year at USC as the offensive coordinator and previously being the failed head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Even though they had relatively solid seasons, like there was a point in the season where his offensive EPA would drop down. It didn't happen this year. And I think pairing him with Jayden Daniels and supplementing his development with, the VR practice facilities and whatnot or whatever they have, where it really helps the quarterback, you know, get in game and like feel. Um that really does help with development. And that just goes to show you how important development is for a rookie quarterback taking that high up. And usually, if you're taking that high up, you're not really necessarily going into the great situation. And I going back to the Bears, it's kind of a duality where you're not necessarily pairing your Caleb Williams with a great coaching. Because listen, Caleb has a better cast. Let's be really honest with ourselves. He has a better cast. But the coaching definitely does matter. And Jayden having the consistency throughout the season, um, with Dan Quinn coaching them really hard, Cliff Kingsbury having solid offensive play calling, Jayden having his moments as well. He's just a beast. And it just goes to show you that a highly talented prospect like him can be molded into something even greater with a solid help around him. Not saying that the cast around him, he makes them better. Like Terry McLaurin before the season, like he's been having issues when it comes to, multiple quarterbacks, the swapping of the turning of the guards and stuff. And also another thing too that's like kind of going under the radar, having Marcus Mariota as your backup quarterback to help mentor Jayden Daniels. And I know Marcus Mariota, not anyone relevant, but having a veteran quarterback as well in your locker room really does help going forward. And I think that the Commanders, the Lions, the Texans, or actually mainly the Texans. The Texans and Commanders are good examples of how ownership changing and the right decisions at the front office and the right coaching, the paired up together, can make a special team and even build a special quarterback. Genuinely saying. It's special. Genuinely, it is special. And I know I've been hate watching and stuff, but gotta give respect. And that's just the rivalry. Not really a rivalry yet because, you know, it's only one game so far this season between the Bears and the Commanders. But I really wish the best for Jayden. I'm not trying to put any malice towards him when I say that I don't want them to win because, you know, that's part of sports. I really am excited to see Jayden versus Caleb in the future if the Bears get their stuff together, their act together, to help bring them the right coaches. But yeah, I am really excited for what Jayden has to offer. Even if they don't win this next game, like the fact that they made it this far after being a number 2 overall pick in this past year's draft, that's amazing in itself. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this video any more longer. I just wanted to say that because after watching that game last night, it was beautiful. It was great. That's gonna do it for today's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to the content. And we're about to hit some 600 subscribers very soon. Hopefully, I really hope we can hit it sometime by the end of this month or even beginning of February. Please hit that subscribe button. Podcast episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.